like a fire burning deep in my soul, yeah.
In this video, I talk about the roles that the Bada Bing and Crazy Horse played in the series.
Mahaffey does not have the money.
What do you mean Mahaffey doesn't have the money?
In terms of show timeline, Bada Bing was around for all seasons, and Crazy Horse was season 3 through season 5. Now, what about ownership? The Bada Bing was owned and managed by Silvio Dante.
Sure you clean that shit off a tit.
But of course, the boss of this whole thing is Tony Soprano.
He's here.
For Crazy Horse, it's run and managed by Adriana La Cerva.
No bitch to me. Bet with your head. No over it. You're still a partner.
But we're gonna be silent. You're gonna be the owner-manager. You book the bands.
Oh, please, it's called The Lost Boys. Sil's been ragging on me all week for me to play him here.
Find a talent, whatever you want to do.
Hold on a minute, hon.
Sorry. Can we change the name?
Whatever you want, baby.
So Adriana changes the name to Crazy Horse. Of course, in the following season, when we meet Payamai, I can't help but think more and more of the whole horse term. But wait, I thought Christopher didn't want Adriana working. Remember when he got made, he told Adriana she had to quit working at Vesuvio? Now not only is she working, she's running the whole place. I think the simplest answer and the correct one is that Christopher didn't know at the time that he'd be acquiring Lollipop Club, and this was a convenient way to give Adriana something that he knew she'd want, which would also make them some more money. But I don't think Adriana read all the fine print.
Nobody really knows what goes into it. There's a lot to deal with, you know? See, it's one thing to have a bar and sell drinks. When you're dealing with performers, I don't care. It's music, tits, fire beaters. It's a whole other game. It's ultimately relying on them to get the customers in.
By performers, turns out that also means undercover FBI agents.
Christopher gave it to me.
All due respect. You were ready to hand him your cousin a week ago. I genuinely don't think there's anything to gain by keeping him around.
Lots of things happen at Bada Bing, some more serious than others.
That's the reason why you were passed the fuck over.
It's my fault she's a klutz.
For what it's worth, Tony doesn't exactly have the best temper at Bada Bing either.
You don't have to see the monthly statement from this place.
No, Tone, you're right. I don't.
Think that shit grows on trees?
Ice? No, I don't.
Certain people rub Tony the wrong way and just really get him going, and Georgie at Bada Bing is one of those prime characters, starting with not knowing how to put someone on hold properly on the phone, to making corny statements about living for today, and confirming that he does not, in fact, think ice grows on trees. It backfires later on.
What, he didn't kill with me?
No.
Throw it all away there. Waste it all!
And those guys at the Bada Bing, they're quite generous.
A little something from your friends at the Bada Bing Club. Brand new, surround sound, HD TV compatible.
Naked in the fire, dog.
My parishioners might not understand I'm here to help feed the hungry.
Later in season 3, we meet what becomes Crazy Horse.
I can't believe it.
As we soon come to find out, it's also another spot for the guys to hang out and do business.
This is a good thing, Adriana.
Why?
Oh, shit. This place isn't bugged. The cops and the feds don't know about it. Probably in time they will.
I like how as Adriana and Danielle are talking, they have the pictures in the background of the eyes. To me, it's a very powerful illustration of this oversight, this surveillance, the idea that you never really know.
Special Agent Dwight Harris, FBI.
You never really know who's watching these spaces, as we'll see later on with literal surveillance of Crazy Horse. Pretty soon they've got cameras up right outside Crazy Horse and everything.
Walter, hey, you looking for me?
Yeah, the Crazy Horse, that's you, right?
Yeah, you got something?
Yeah, pulled camera 3 days ago. She locks up the club for the night. She's thrown away the garbage.
Yeah?
But then she changes her mind.
Take Georgie, go in the bathroom, sweep for bugs, okay?
Come on.
Sooner or later, just like you, they're going to want a return on that investment.
Millions of tax dollars invested in watching Tony Soprano's ass. It isn't until Crazy Horse that they actually get an in. They're much more likely to show up at Satriali's, the pork store, as opposed to Bada Bing. Tony's very proactive and cautious at Bada Bing, as we see with him having Georgie and Christopher sweep the bathroom for bugs and wires. At Crazy Horse, we don't see that. In fact, we see the opposite. Christopher makes a big deal with Jackie about how there are no drugs allowed in the club, but then he decides to party and offer coke with one in the back room.
What I owe him, I would follow that man into hell.
Christopher says, what I owe that man, I'd follow him into hell. And by making this arrangement, where he has the guys start using Crazy Horse as another spot to hang out, he's dragging Adriana into hell with him too, in some ways.
This place isn't bugged. The cops and the feds don't know about it. Probably in time they will.
On paper, it was Adriana's dream come true. A club of her own, gifted to her by Christopher, something to make her own.
Hold on a minute, hon.
Tony here?
Tony? It's all right, we're waiting you off.
But before we leave Crazy Horse, let's talk about Tony and Adriana. Christopher goes out of town. Tony spends time with Adriana at Crazy Horse, and then they get into the car accident. Afterward, Christopher and Tony see each other at Bada Bing. Christopher gets pissed off at Tony, and then returns later on to Bada Bing with a gun.
All over. Everybody, enjoy the evening. Unhappy customer.
So things that happen at one place have an impact on what goes on at the other place. And turns out, it's the owner and manager of Bada Bing, Sil, who kills the person who was managing Crazy Horse, Adriana. And then in the final season, Sil gets shot at the place that he owns and manages. We don't know if he dies, but he falls into a coma and it's unlikely that he recovers.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's them there.
So looking at the Bada Bing and Crazy Horse, how do they stack up against each other?
Turn now to Chuck.
God damn it, I was just there with...
I'll never forget where I was this day.
If the Bada Bing is the boss or the head of the family, Crazy Horse is like its niece or nephew that means well, but is in over their head. In terms of screen time, recognition, and legacy, of course, it's the Bada Bing. It's iconic, instantly recognizable, and forever linked to Tony Soprano and The Sopranos.
I say we go to DEFCON 4. This ain't negotiation time. This is Scarface, final scene.
Crazy Horse, meanwhile, is more about personal tragedy.
An FBI informant.
The Bada Bing, though fictional, is actually a real club called Satin Dolls. Satin Dolls was shut down temporarily in 2017 due to alleged lewd activity, solicitation of prostitution, and failure to account for income. One of the owners pled guilty to racketeering in 2013, which then legally disqualified him from having a liquor license. But Satin Dolls was allowed to reopen in 2018 after their liquor license was taken over by Satin Entertainment LLC. Unfortunately, in 2022, Satin Dolls was back in the news for the wrong reason when a man's family sued Satin Dolls after the man was killed by a drunk driver in front of the club, and according to security camera footage, he'd been beaten up by a group of 5 men who were previously in the club, and they left him in the road where he was struck by the drunk driver. In the show, the Lollipop Club, which eventually became Crazy Horse, was located in Long Branch, New Jersey, but in real life, that location, of which we saw the exterior, is located in Newark, and the building is now a church.
We're gonna turn this place into the biggest Jersey club since the Stone Pony.
The Stone Pony is a real club in Asbury Park, New Jersey, that opened its doors in 1974, and locals like Bruce Springsteen, Stevie Van Zandt, and others helped put it on the map. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Bada Bing and Crazy Horse.